nice to meet you. Can I interview Mr. Ben Franklin?
Yes, please come in.
Thank you. Oh, Mr. Ben Franklin, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am Mrs. Kate Kelly, reporter.
Ooh, good to have company.
Well, I have a question. Can I ask you some questions?
It's ironic, isn't it? Yes, you may.
Okay. Why on earth were you flying a kite with a metal key attached to it in the middle of a thunderstorm?
Quite bold question, but to prove lightning was electricity.
Very nice. What was the name of the newspaper you owned in 1928?
The Pennsylvania Gazette.
Oh, very.
People actually liked it a lot.
In what times were you very sad and why?
Well, in 1775, I believe, if I remember correctly, because I'm a very old man, you see. My son William, my oldest son, sided with England, which made me very sad, because obviously we're in the United States. And then the Revolutionary War broke out, so our family was very divided.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you want to sit for a minute or can we move on to the next question?
Moving on would be nice, thank you.
What were some of your inventions and can you explain them?
Well, I invented the swim fins, which made you swim faster. It's in the name. And then I invented the glass harmonica that you turn this crank on the side, see? And it was this big wooden box. And these discs, which were wet, you touched and they would make different noises, varying from very low to very high. Kind of like the early piano. Another one was the Franklin stove, which was a box that fit right into your fireplace, like this one. Obviously there's no box there, but when you put it in, there was air vents, an air box in the back that the hot air went through, and it made it go out to every angle, so the entire room was heated, not just coming out of here.
Very good, very good. So, we have heard you like to take air baths. Can you explain what those are? What an air bath is?
Well, surprising you would ask that. I just finished one. See, I'm in my robe. It's where you sit in your bathtub by an open window, naked, if I do say so, pardon me, and let the air freshen you, make you feel ready for the incoming day, or in other words, let the air flow.
Mr. Van Franklin, I'm sorry. Can I take off my sweater? I'm very hot.
Oh, it's okay. My Franklin stove is working very well. I didn't see that.
Okay.
It's peculiar. I said that.
When you
it wasn't
visited
troublesome.
England in 1757, is it true that your boat was attacked?
Yes. We made it to the England harbour, but we didn't. What am I saying? We made it to the England harbour, and if I remember correctly, our boat sank, so we had to take another one back over to the United States.
Yes, and of course you're alive, so.
Right, I survived.
Because you're right
Only
there.
bumps and bruises, bumps and bruises.
Did you help create the Declaration of the Independence?
I think you got that wrong, young one. It's the Declaration of Independence. You just
Yeah.
rolled your tongue. And yes, Thomas Jefferson and I, pardon my manners, we wrote the Declaration of Independence to keep everyone in line and kind of make a new, better law. You know? So Thomas Jefferson wrote it, and I tweaked it and pulled out the fine kinks.
Very well. What was the Stamp Act?
The Stamp Act. Well, in order to pay its debts, Britain designed a tax in the form of a stamp, which was required on all publications and legal papers throughout the colonies.
They were very wonderful. Oh, I still need to ask you, when were you born?
January 7th in, can't even remember my own birthday.
January 17th.
17th, oh my, thank you. 17th,
1706.
1706. In Boston, Massachusetts. Thank you, my maid. I'm old, I need special care, so.
Yes. Were you ever elected president?
No, young one, but I was elected governor of Pennsylvania.
Very nice. It was very nice talking to you, Mr. Ben Franklin.
Now, do you mind if I escort her out the hall?
Don't you have a few things you'd like to share with us?
Oh, yes.
A few pieces of sage advice.
You're right. You're a good paparazzi man. A penny saved is a penny earned. It's one of my most famous quotes. Goodbye now, young one.
Goodbye, Mr. Ben Franklin. It was delightful.
Why don't you take a water with me?